Everyone, welcome back to the Real South Africa. We love to have you. Like I said, I'm glad you made it into 2022. We're glad 2021 is behind us. We got big things set up for this year. We got so many people traveling, so many people already booked, and people are coming. So stay with the Real South Africa if you want to get what's really going on here in South Africa. All right, everybody, this is Mark Blanton, obviously, from the Real South Africa. You know, summer's just started here in the Southern Hemisphere, and it's absolutely incredible what's going on. So I just kind of wanted to obviously show y'all what I see as I drive down the street. So I want to turn the camera around so you guys can see what I see. And obviously I would love to get you guys' thoughts and whatnot. But yeah, this is one of the major highways here in Johannesburg called the N1. Obviously you see that, you know, the infrastructure is pretty modern. Actually, it's probably rivals anywhere else in the world. Obviously you guys know I've been a lot of places in the world, and so I can attest that South Africa, especially Johannesburg, which is, you know, a lot of people don't realize is the center of a lot of things here in Africa itself, not just South Africa. You know, you get a lot of business people coming here to conduct business, to do things here in South Africa, you know, because you know, with the airports that they have here, world-class infrastructure. I think one of the things people don't think about, besides the airports, are the what you call it, the terminals there at the you know, like Durban, Cape Town, and Richards Bay. All those types of places have like awesome locations where they import a lot of stuff, and of course you want to be able to export as well. So those places are right here in South Africa. So it's just a great place to conduct business. So I'm gonna turn this camera around, and what you're gonna see in front of me is way off in the distance. You'll see Sandton City. I'm actually gonna drive past there because I kind of need to stop in there and conduct some business. Of course, I'm always having somewhere to go because we tend to always have travelers in town, which is a good thing. And so keep in mind that we are also working for those people who are not in town yet, but they're on their way. So we definitely you know, put in our work, make sure everything is in order. Right now, to be honest with you, we got people that are going to be doing some very nice spa treatments coming up. They're already here, and then of course if you're coming on one of our trips, you'll be able to do the same thing. So but we take care of all that in advance, and that's the whole point. You know, we're here on ground in Johannesburg, and so if you need to come to South Africa and you want to make sure everything is okay when you get here, then we sort that out. It wouldn't work for you if you were in, you know, dealing with a travel agent in the U.S. and you're saying, hey, you know, I really want to come to South Africa. And if something happens, right now we're 7 hours in advance of, you know, of the East Coast. And at the same time, what that's going to do, what's going to be to your disadvantage as well, is the fact that, you know, the people that's in the United States that you may book with can't reach out to these places like we can. We can actually walk in the door, you know, talk to the owners, because generally that's who we deal with. We generally just deal with the owners. We might deal with the general managers, or maybe even the manager on duty, but we have you know, contacts that will you know, they know who we are. We've been working with them for years now, and so and sometimes we could just make a phone call, but sometimes it's just really good just to stop in and say, hey, what's going on, and they can see our faces and we get to see their faces and talk about, you know, other ways to collaborate in business. But in short, it really just benefits you as a traveler coming from the U.S. And these are things, again, you can't really get, you know, using Google. And if you don't know where you're going, know what you're doing, it's going to be hard once you land on ground. And I'm not saying you can't do it, but I would say that it'd be difficult. And you don't want to go all these miles, do all these different things, just so you can figure it out once you get here. I mean, some people do that, and that's fine. But do they have a full experience? I'm going to say no. They have a good time, sure. But will they have a full South African experience? No. Will they have a guide to take them around? No. Several different things. So we make sure everything works for you. So, but yeah, we're really proud of what we do. We're extremely proud because, you know, we always say, you know, especially in America, we wish we had a black-owned company that we can work with so we can spend our black dollars. Well, you do have one right here in South Africa. You know, you do have a company based in South Africa that will take care of all your accounts, take care of everything for you. So, like, if you go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and if you go there, you will see there's a, what did you call it? A testimonials page. And when you're on that testimonials page, go there and you'll see so many people who have worked with us in the past who have said, who have worked with us in the past that said, you know what? Maybe they didn't value being able to be taken care of to this level because we're not used to, you know, high-end service in general, to be able to be taken care of at this level, but at the same time, you know, they don't have to worry about anything. Nothing. We take care of everything, even down to when it's time to return to the U.S., we make sure your COVID test is all within the parameters. So I'm going to turn this around again because eventually we're going to be rolling up on, Santa City. I think back there, yeah, I don't know, I get confused sometimes. I drive around this city so much and whatnot. Don't use GPS too much anymore, which is a good thing. I know Durban pretty well. I know Cape Town pretty well, and of course we live here in Johannesburg, so I know those cities pretty well. So I don't have to actually, do those types of things. I'm gonna turn the camera around, check it out. You know, it's funny, you know, as an American being here, you know, as long as we have, you know, the first thing people notice is when they get off the plane and when they start riding around is that all the advertisement that they see is, you know, there's a lot of black people and black products, things that black people like. And I'm like, yeah, this is South Africa. This is the way it should be. And as you're looking off over in the distance, that's the CBD down there. But I'm gonna show you to the right in just a second. One of my favorite scenes of all times. As I'm looking off to the right, you will see Santa City, and the tallest building in South Africa, in Africa or in South Africa, is off to your right. They just completed it. There's a very nice sky bar up there. Very nice. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. But it's pretty amazing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get off this highway, and I'm going to actually ride over to the Mall of Africa. I got to stop there first. Got to take care of a few things. But it's great to have this level of freedom, just to ride around in Africa, not have an issue, not have a problem, and feel comfortable. And you guys, especially those in the U.S., you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Well, I will apologize for my voice right now. It's a little dry because we actually went to Durban, and the hotel we stayed in, very nice hotel. Love it. We love that hotel. Stayed there before, but for some odd reason the AC was blowing on us so hard that when I was sleeping, when I woke up, my nose was just and everything. So I'm just trying to get everything back into place. But it's actually happening. It's getting back. So don't be concerned. Yeah, like I said, this is what I see on most days. This is Santa City up to the left. Right now we're on Nelson Mandela Bridge, kind of crosses over into the city. But so if you've seen this before, I've seen it before, but every time I come through here, I personally feel it's very exciting. I really appreciate being able to come through here, and you know, the South Africans are really, show themselves as far as what they're able to do with just a few years, and I would say a few years of democracy under their belt. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, let me see. But of course, if you have any questions about our trip to South Africa, please don't hesitate to contact us. We understand there's people apprehensions. They're like, oh, well, I don't know. And again, don't feel like I'm down talking you, because most people don't know. There was a time that I didn't know, so I was glad that I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and figure this thing out, and that's what I did. And so what we want to do now is just give other people the opportunity like we did, and we feel that people such as yourself will come up with a great solution on making Africa part of your day-to-day operations when it comes to I'm spending my time in Africa. I'm meeting people, I'm doing all this stuff and basically doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, I noticed you probably say, well, on that side of the car is where the steering wheel is supposed to be, but it's on this side of the car. I get it. You can overcome that very easily just by driving. I can tell you my short story. My wife and I were driving, and she was on the other side, and so to make sure that I was doing everything right, I had my eyes open and she had her eyes open to make sure that we were going in the right direction, going in the right lane. And now we've been here for a while, and I've been driving over here in South Africa for a while. Tasha has too, so it's no big deal for her to jump in the car and just drive around and drive on the left side of the road with all the traffic on the, everything's backwards. But you can trust me, you're either going to walk or you're going to drive. And I think that most of us would rather drive. So that was my solution. And so even when I go back to the U.S., I literally I get into the car, especially if I'm renting a car, and I sit there for like maybe 15 seconds just to realize that I'm actually in America, and I got to do everything opposite. And you got to think about it. And so on this side, you got to kind of do the same thing. You got to kind of say, okay, I'm doing things opposite. But I've been here, so I've been driving, since I was 16. Now I'm 52, 53 coming up. And so it's just something that's just necessary. I'm just riding around just a little bit. Santa City is massive. Santa itself is massive. So like I said, you'll never be able to see it all. I haven't seen it all, but I will tell you that it benefits you as a tourist to start your journey here to South Africa as soon as possible. And then of course, once you get here, you're running across a bunch of other people that are from other nations on the continent. You'll find a lot of people from Europe, South America, everybody comes here. And I think that with you just riding around with me in this car, you're starting to figure that out. Yeah. So, but the lifestyles here are very comfortable. They're very comfortable. So, cost of living is great. I'm taking advantage of this time of the year because right now everybody's on festive season, which is not like just holiday. Like, we're just zooming through the city as if nobody's really here. Traffic is going a little bit more pronounced than this. Unfortunately, everybody's out in the rurals, in the townships, and there's a skeleton crew of people who are working right now, and everything will get back to normal till, let me see, around the 15th of January. Things will start getting normal again. So, meaning that I have to take my time riding through, because there'll be people walking through here, business, as they say, business as usual here in the Republic of South Africa. Now, for those that are, again, always saying to themselves, I want to go to Africa, and it's just, a normal thing. You should want to, even if it's a private conversation, because I know people that don't want to nobody know. Trust me. This year in 2021, we've had a lot of people come, and I can honestly tell you that they didn't get a lot of support like they thought. They thought they would get more support, but they didn't. And then they tried to get other people to come with them. Trust me, we talk to them all the time on the phone, and they couldn't get the support that they needed. So they either didn't come, and wish they did, will call us and say, well, what can I do? And I'm like, well, if you want to come by yourself or come with one other, you can do that as well. And a lot of people do that. You'll be shocked. And a lot of people come here Mondays and Tuesdays, and they have a great time, and they're like, there are people that are married, it's thousands and thousands, like, I'm not coming. But the whole thing for them is that they just want to come to Africa. So they come anyway, and they're like, wow. And then they end up coming back with their spouses. So, because now their spouses are like, wow, I didn't know it was like that. Yeah. So it is something to take the leap of faith to go against what you know, what we've all been taught, and been around me long enough, especially with our channel. I've said it enough times, but I will tell you that people still believe that there's nothing here in South Africa as you're seeing that right now. There's nothing here in South Africa. Zero. Have you noticed? There's like nothing here. And then the funny thing is, there'll be those that say, well, this isn't the real South Africa. So then what is the real South Africa? Is it only places where there's poverty? Is that what real South Africa is? Because it has to be poverty? Well, if you didn't go to Sandton, then you're not showing the real South Africa. I will tell you this. Not only will I have to take away Sandton, I have to take away Hyde Park. I would have to take away Victoria. I would have to take away so many places. The only thing there would be nothing left to see. So my point is, there's a lot here, a whole lot here, beyond the poverty that does exist. And I will also say that I am from the United States. There's a lot of poverty in the United States. A lot. A whole lot. A lot of people living well below the poverty line. I think here they just deal with it a lot better. I think they generally will not be those people. Most of those people will ultimately move up. Us in the U.S., we probably won't. And you know exactly what I mean. We will probably stay below the poverty line. But you can come here and, work with your brothers and sisters here in South Africa, and you'll find out that working with them, you can very possibly, and just because the way things are set up, move above the poverty line. It doesn't have to be a generational thing, But yeah, it is good to be here. It really is, and I can't stress it enough. Being here in the culture, like literally in the culture. I don't act like I'm part of the culture. I am part of the culture, not because I'm doing a YouTube channel or anything like that. It's just the fact that I just decided when I got here to actually just literally engulf myself in the culture, talk to the people, meet the people. I don't know the languages. I will be the first to tell you. It's nice to have. Is it required? No, it really isn't. The good part about it is everybody here speaks English, and I'm going to say it to every South African who speaks English. You speak good English. We all understand you. So don't make it say it. Don't let them tell you you speak bad English. You don't. You speak English. And a lot of you guys speak it better than us Americans. Believe it or not, we just sound different. So, and speaking of that, we really do, as an African American, we love you guys' accents. Just like you guys mention to me all the time, well, I love your accent. I love your accent. And I'm like, well, I like your accent. Y'all got so many, it's awesome. From Zulus to the Kosas to the, petty people, when they speak English, everybody just speaks it differently, but we absolutely love it. So, but we're almost. I just kind of went a roundabout way to get to the Mall of Africa. No, I didn't go to the Mall of Africa. I'm going to Santa City Mall. They got a great banking center. I need to go to the bank, obviously. So, yeah. And of course, I will do a little video while I am there as well. So, yeah, look at all that new construction. It's so poor here in Africa, I swear. It's so poor. Look at all that new construction. And we'll come back in 5 years and, you wouldn't recognize this place. It's been growing ever since I've been here. And I can honestly say that it's been growing and growing like a forest lake. Yeah, I'm old school. Do you like Michael Jackson? No, we like Cool J. Oh my God. Ooh. Got me cracking myself at sometimes. I really do. But yeah, but like I said, hit the website, southafrica.com. Go through there, you can know the website's been revamped. If you're looking for a 6-day, 10-day, 13-day itinerary schedule with everything included, just go there. You can actually book your travel and everything. All thing you need to do is just get you a flight. And once you got your flight, you want to sort it. Just send us the flight details. And once we have the flight details, then we'll make sure that you're picked up at the hotel. At the airport. Alright everyone, I am here where am I? I'm here at Mandela Square, here at Santa City Mall, and just want to turn it around so you can see where I'm at. Pretty cool little spot here. I think if you like to drink a little bit, this is a great spot. Yeah. So if you're looking for some Moet, I can get a bottle from one of these. Like that. So, and then what else? Over there around the Hard Rock Cafes, I was thinking about stopping in there real quick and get me a snack. But I'm gonna keep moving because I gotta take care of the people that are coming here in the next few days, next few weeks. Like I said, this is summer, but this is what it looks like, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. They're gonna continue to show you on TV all the craziness. But look at that little baby right there. She's doing her thing. She wanna get in that water. I'm thinking about it too. But anyway, like I said, they're gonna tell you everything in the world, but they're gonna never show you this. You turn to your CNNs, your MSNBCs, and they're gonna not show you something like this. Some of the most beautiful people here live right here inside Africa. They're right here. And then of course, here we go. This is not bad. This is not a bad day. This is, right now, I tell you, it's December 31st, or 31 December. No, it's the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st of December. I get confused sometimes because I'm always doing stuff. So, right now I'm about to walk inside the mall and go to the what they call the banking court. Well, not really the banking court, just the F&B bank. That's the bank that I chose, but there are several others here in the country. And we'll go ahead and get you something. But the lifestyles are high here, so don't try to discount it. Don't be like, oh well, because this is inside Africa. Nah, dog, it's good here. Across the door. Stops here. Look at some of these shoes. I like those shoes right there because they got little holes in the side. I don't know if you can see them. They got little holes in the side. So you ain't got no socks on, your feet can stay cool. Yeah. They got some nice stuff here. Oh, little mama. Of course, that's the phone company of choice, I think, Vodacom. So if you're looking at, we got a massive, I think it's like 4 or 5, Cell C, Telcom, Mountain, MTN, maybe 1 or 2 others, not to include Rain. Can't forget that. Yeah. And again, if you have any questions or any comments, like what's really going on in South Africa, and you wonder why we keep promoting this. And the biggest reason why is because our people in the U.S., we got these passports and we go spend money all over the world. And what do? We don't come spend money here, and they deserve it. They put together all this tourist stuff for you to come do. And what do? You go somewhere, you go to Mexico. This is cool, but you know what I mean. And of course, this is like the Apple Store. It's just their version. It's called the Apple Store. So that's that. And this spot right here, I need to visit this little spot. It's one of my favorites. It's called Rockets. It's where you get your haircuts. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's where you get your fly, get your haircuts. They'll give you a drink in there. If you need a drink, take care of you. So this is how we roll. Like, that's one particular bank. It's funny here about you going into the bank sometimes, because you can do everything you need at the ATM. Because there's the Nike stand. So you lady, you want to get your hair done, you go there. Yeah, that's the other one, Cell C. Oh, you got to deal with the line. That's okay. That's the African bank. So, that's my bank right here. If I went in right now, they'd be trying to say, go to the ATM, which I'm going to the ATM. All right, guys, I did everything I needed to do at the Santa City Mall. You saw me over Mandela Square. Just needed to do a quick little transaction. Got that squared away. Of course, like I said, we do what we can to take care of our people. So now I'm headed to another part of town to make sure that is taken care of. So when they get there, no issues, no problems. That's just the way we do it. Here at the real South Africa. A question I want to ask you guys, especially those that are in America or even in the UK, how much advertisement have you seen about South Africa in general? Like, how much have you actually seen, for one? And two, anything specific in reference to like tourism, coming to, Joburg or Durban or anywhere else in South Africa besides Cape Town? I would really like to, read the comments at the bottom and get your answers. It's funny because it seems like, and I could be wrong, and I could be overzealous for saying it, but it seems like, there hasn't been a lot of work that's been done, because the people that contact us are like, wow, I didn't know anything about this. What's a Durban? What's that? Is that a new cereal? I mean, they just don't know. And I'm like, wow, you would think they would know by now. So, okay. But anyway, on a lighter note, I'm headed to another part of town. I want you guys to ride with me. Really nice little area. It's called Four Ways. I'm not going to go all through Four Ways. I know the people that live here are like, no, Four Ways has this, Four Ways has that. I'm just going over to an area that we we like to take our people to is a spa. You know, people love doing a spa while they're here in South Africa. First of all, is what you get for the money that you're paying is amazing. You almost should be getting a spa every day. And then the location is not just some strip mall spa, which we all know about in the U.S. This is as we say on this side, a very proper scenario. Very, 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 very proper. So we're going to make sure that you get a chance to see that as well. So I'm going to let you guys see where I'm going. So right now I'm headed north on the N1. And of course there's a lot of stores on the left and a lot of stores on the right. Yeah, so we're definitely going to go to, where should I go? Where should I go? Not really sure. But anyway, we're just going to go check out this area, and so you guys can see, you know, some of the things that we do for our travelers on a regular basis. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So just, you know, stay tuned, and I'll get back with you in just a second. All right, guys. All is well, and you know, I've been thinking, as you see, like I said, I'm riding out in a different part of town, going out towards the Design Corner area, the Four Ways area. You know, just take a look. I mean, look at all the vegetation. A lot of people notice that. As one of the first things they notice, say, wow, there's so many trees here. Yeah, you get a lot of that here in South Africa as well. So, you know, like I said, there's a lot of reasons to be here. It's very tranquil, it's very relaxed in a lot of ways. But let me turn this camera around so you can see me like you want to see me. Okay, well, I got a question for you guys. You know, what are what are your reasons? And you obviously can put them in the comments of why do you think people don't visit Africa? You know, and then in particular, if you choose South Africa, like, why do you think people just don't come this way? You know, based off everything that you've seen through, you know, our means, through our eyes, you know, obviously, you know, I've already answered that question, that I think they should, for various reasons, for personal reasons, for professional reasons, but basically everything, for your, you know, overall mental health and well-being. But again, you know, I would like, you know, for you guys to let us know, like, what are the reasons why you think people, especially those in the diaspora, don't visit South Africa. And then, of course, you know, our South African friends, we would like for you guys to let us know, why do you think they should come visit Africa or spend time in South Africa? I think that's important. I think, you know, they shouldn't just hear from me, they should hear from others. Of course, you know, number one or number two on the list is always the food. The food is important, it's extremely important. You gotta have it, you know, sustenance, you know, it's a good thing. But obviously you want that good substance. Well, you can get that here for sure. So again, just you know, put those comments in the bottoms, and hopefully we will have a conversation around that. Maybe even do a live discussion, so people can, you know, can wonder themselves. But again, you know, we are, you know, officially, you know, the real South Africa, and we, you know, bring people to South Africa on a regular basis, and we want to do the same thing for you, so you can have an experience yourself. So yeah, so let me turn this around again so you can see what I see. Again, you know, one thing I will say about South Africa, I think second to none. I mean, I've been, you know, through the hoity-toityest places in the U.S., and I would say that the cars here, the car game is crazy. That's really all I can say. The car game here is crazy. You know, in the States, if you're driving a Ford, you're just driving a Ford. No big deal, you know, unless you're driving in maybe a Ford Mustang GT or something, one of their special cars. But here, BMWs are normal. You see them all the time. Audi, Mercedes, I mean, they're sought after cars in the U.S. regardless of what make or model that you pick up. But here, I mean, everybody everybody drives one of those cars. It's really the norm. And of course VWs. You see a lot of VW. You see a lot of Jags. All different variations of Jags. Of course, the SUVs as well. And then of course you see, especially on the weekends, you see a lot of Ferrari. You see some Lambos from time to time. I think one of the ones that I love most that here in South Africa, you see a lot of Porsche. Now, keep in mind, you will see, the GT2s, the GT3s, a lot of 911s, Cayennes. You see a lot of Cayennes. People gotta haul that family around, so you see that a lot. I really don't see anything that's so exclusive. Like I said, I love the Land Rovers that I see. I think what's that one, that new one? I think the Discovery, I think is something. Man, I'm not even an SUV type of guy, even though I own one for years. I will tell you that thing catches my eye every time I see it. I think Land Rover really, they put their foot in it when they put that thing together and so forth. But of course, like right to our right is a Toyota dealership. We have Toyota, we have Lexus, we do have Ford, we have Fiat. There's a few others that like Peugeot. People thinking the U.S. is dead. It's still alive. We have Peugeot here. I could be saying it wrong. I know that's how we say it in the U.S. What else do we have? There's one company called Havel. At least that's how I say it. We don't have that in the States. Can't tell you where they come from. I don't know much about the company, but they're here. Then who else? There's another one, GVM, I think. Somebody need to correct me on that one. But that's one. So and there's a few others that we don't have in the States. But Mini, obviously, is one in front of me right now. Mini is here. BMW obviously is part of Mini. They're here. So yeah, there's just a lot here. Hey, thank you. And so now I'm actually pulling up in a place called Design Corner. Yeah, Design Corner. And I'm just gonna stop in this little place here called Life Day Spa. Very nice. And this is one of the places, one of many places that we bring our guests when it's time for them to get close to the end of leaving. They're tired. They're like, man, we had a rough time, or we had a fun time, but it was a lot, and they just need a nice little spa treatment before they leave. So we bring them here. So I'm gonna walk you in. We're not gonna see the whole thing, but I'm gonna walk you in so you can see.
Oh, right, that's nice. Yeah. So it's all in all 7,000 and with the vouchers you'll be paying 4,000.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Not mad. I'm going for it. All right, everybody. This is Mark and Latasha Blanton from the real South Africa. Let me flip this around so you guys can see us. I know you was looking for us.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Yeah, guys, we up here in Rosebank having a really good time. It's actually not bad. The weather is getting better, hopefully, and because normally it's sunny South Africa, but right now we are
partly sunny South Africa. I don't want to say partly cloudy because that's like a little bit of a down. I'm gonna say partly sunny.
Yeah, but it's not so bad because the weather it's kind of warm. It's like, say in Fahrenheit, it's roughly about 75 degrees.
Well, a slight breeze.
Yeah. But we kind of want to show you where we at.
We're on a rooftop.
We're on another rooftop joint here in Rosebank area here in Johannesburg. So let me turn this camera around so you can see what we see. Whoa, there we are. This is the Rosebank area. And we just kind of want to show you, what do you think, Tasha?
I think that South Africa is filled with little rooftops for a reason.
Yeah.
Because the views in this country are amazing.
Yeah.
And you really, on a clear day, even though it's not as clear today as we would like for it to be, you can still see out like pretty far. I mean, I'm looking at Sandton on the other side. I see the Leonardo. I see the Michelangelo. I see the mall. You know? And just to see how far you can see out makes you feel pretty good, like you're actually outside.
As you see, there's a lot of trees here in Johannesburg. You'll probably notice some of our people who have come here, they say, wow, it's so, it's almost like a forest. And I'm like, yeah, it's like a forest here, but we can see all the way out to Randburg. We can see the dome.
The dome.
Yeah, all of that. So this is just one section here in Johannesburg. And now we're going to actually show you where we are. Check this out. This is another rooftop bar. We're only on the 7th floor this time. This is a little disappointing. Because when we go to that building way over there,
we get to go to floor number
57, I believe.
57, yeah. So but you got to get the 42 and cross over.
Yeah. So this is the bar area. This is before anybody's even getting here. Well, gotten here.
Early afternoon, baby.
Yeah, it's early.
And it's a Tuesday. No, is it Monday?
No, it's Tuesday.
No, it's
it was Monday.
No, it's
Yeah.
We never know what day it is. It's the day that ends in Y.
Yeah. So here's the pool area. Then of course, out here, since this is, there we go. And then of course, way over there, as we mentioned before, is Sandton City, and that's the tallest building in all of Africa, not just South Africa, but all of Africa is sitting right there in front of me. So, and of course, just another view. So it's pretty spectacular up here. What do you think, Tasha?
I mean, I'm all about the view. I mean, and it's funny because I'm trying to orient myself to see like where I actually am, and I'm seeing places that I know we've been to before, but it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Even with the little partly sunny.
I know, right? So yeah, we just wanted to kind of bring this to you. So what we're going to start doing is bringing you guys content about, just some of the stuff we see. It might be a little short video. I know you guys are used to the long ones, but we're going to bring you just a lot of different content so we can kind of, get you guys orientated to this whole South African experience. It's pretty incredible, especially for those that are here, because a lot of South Africans don't travel as much as they should, but they, obviously they can see our videos and they can travel more. It's getting darker. It's getting dark. Let me walk to the light. There I am. But yeah, so you can do that as well. Travel. Oops, sorry. And of course, this is something for those people who are in the diaspora who are saying, you know what, I want to go somewhere that's nice, that has all the stuff that I'm looking for, and at a reasonable price. And of course, the rest of Africa, we do have that, so it kind of works out to their advantage. Would you say, Tasha?
We do everything so that it benefits the people that are coming over here with us. I mean, the last thing we want you to do is have to be in a place where you're not comfortable. We want you to come and relax. We don't have to figure anything out. Just come and just take it all in. I mean, the hustle and bustle of the U.S. will break you down. You need to come here and just get rebuilt. Yeah,
but this is what the motherland looks like for a lot of you guys. So we're getting ready to have us a nice drink in the middle of the day, a little snack, and hopefully we'll catch you guys a little bit later on. So please stay with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all of that. Leave comments and so forth. So, and of course, we would love for you to go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com. If you're looking at getting a package, everything you need is there. Basically, you just start clicking on the pictures that you like. If you want to come with 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, just click on that, and then once you click on that, it gives you the option to put your deposit down. We want you to put 20% of the total cost down. Once you put 20%, you can start making payments, and then you'll be here in sunny South Africa, or partly sunny South Africa.
Well, the truth of the matter is today is the 20th. What is today? The 20th or the 20th? What's today? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what day it is, but I know that the 21st is the first day of summer.
Oh,
so,
it is.
So we're still on the last throes of spring. So the first day of summer is the 21st, and then we will hopefully see some super sunny skies and some nice hot weather, and sweat a little bit for no reason at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for. At least I am, anyway.
Okay, hi, my name is Rudy. I'm under Kai Creatives. I'm an artist, contemporary. I'm just an artist. And I'm here to draw 2 names of these 2 beautiful people right here next to me.
Let's see how this thing come out. Let's see how it comes out.
Let's see how it comes out. So I'm starting with Tasha, Tasha.
Yeah. Cool. So guys, we're gonna see how this comes out. He's an artist. Obviously, he has a Instagram handle is Rudikai _ artiste.
Yeah,
Let me spell that for you, so you guys can check him out on Instagram. Maybe you might want to locally get some work done. He does murals. What else do you do?
I do sneaker customizations, denim jacket customization.
Sneaker customizations.
Yeah, I can customize sneakers.
Huh.
I also do branding for people starting their own businesses as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a bit of this, a bit of that. But right now I'm into Apple customizations as well as doing more murals.
Okay.
So the whole future perspective of this is just to draw.
Okay.
I don't know where this is going, but they know what I know is that I'll be drawing until I hit the grade.
Okay, great. So now his Instagram is RUDDIKAI _ARTISTE. Let me say that again. It's Instagram. So if you're looking for somebody to do some of the things that he just said, it's RUDDIKAI _ARTISTE. I was actually reading it from the back of his phone. So, oh, you won't be able to see that. But
yes, marketing.
Yeah. So where you from? I'm assuming you're Rudy.
Yeah, I'm Rudy.
Where you from, Rudy?
I'm from an area called Spray, Phoenix, Forest Lawrence. It's a nice, beautiful suburb. Very humble.
Is it here in Gauteng?
It's here in Gauteng. Yeah,
Okay.
it's right in Gauteng. I'm actually from Limpopo, so yeah. The story about coming to Gauteng, because Gauteng is actually translated to place of gold.
Yeah.
Coming to find gold. So yeah. And my parents, they lived in Limpopo, so I find gold. Yeah. We're all basically just doing that still today.
Okay. What do you think, Tasha? He drawing your name. Just put your name in ink and artistry.
Is it my birth name? Because I've got quite a few names.
Yeah.
I do have a few names.
Some of them are adopted names.
I do have a lot of adopted names.
Queen of and then ... Yeah.
Yeah. I was teasing. I was like, I don't want to be Queen B, but I'll be Queen Blanton. So that's who I will be. And you can be King B as of King Blanton.
I think I'd be like a duke or something.
All right.
Okay.
We'll take it.
There's 2 we have colors.
I love my favorite color is pink.
Yeah. Your favorite color is pink?
Yes, it is.
I kind of think of artistry. So you see, the whole purpose of drawing names, I don't know where the idea came about. It was like, I used to, volunteer at an orphanage, and this young child said, "Can you draw my name?" And the deep thing about it is that she wants to always remember why she was given that name and what she represents as me. as Africans, we live by our names. So the names that are given to us, or the reasons for us being given our names, that's what we stand by. So basically, when I draw a name for someone, I try to remind that person to never forget how you were given that name. You know, if, let's say for example, Sasha means comforter. Always remember that you're the comforter as well. And yeah, the next generation should just basically be able to understand why he or she would be given her his name, because you're the comforter. See where I'm going with this? Yeah. So that's why I draw names, and also these name tags can also be customized onto your jean jackets. If you have a secondhand jean, secondhand sneaker, check out my Instagram page. So yeah. I can't advocate.
Can't make the whole thing pink. It'll be fine. No, it's okay. It's okay. So what does your name mean? Since we're talking about name meanings.
Yeah, my name actually in its African form is Rudzani.
Okay.
It is from the Venda tribe of Venda.
So you're Venda?
Yeah, I'm Venda.
Of course he is.
And this name means comfort. Actually, you see, that's why I feel it. My mom gave me that name because it's my name and her name are the same. Just that hers is Zulu, which is Dudu. So, funny enough, I was born prematurely, and when I was born, she said that I didn't cry. I was actually comfortable wherever I was, and she just, that's the comfort right there. So ever since then, I used to believe that, you know, I had to speak with no sort of hypocrisy if someone comes to me asking for help or whatever like that. I sort of just give them wisdom and understanding and comfort them through my words.
Okay.
Yeah, hence why my name is comfort.
Okay. So where did Rudy Kai come from?
I was actually watching a regular show, which is a regular show.
Yeah.
And my favorite character is Mordecai.
Oh wow.
So I had a friend who acted like Ridley, and I acted more like a Mordecai. Always up to no good, always concerned about everything. So yeah, I was like, you just cut up the Ridley, cut up the Mordecai, put it together. I could not do anything.
Yeah. So guys, this is an actual what we call it? A reality show. This is his reality. So we're actually doing a reality show. Not formally.
Yeah.
But you know, he was supposed to be able to make this beautiful picture within 5 minutes.
That's what he said. Yeah.
And I've been intentionally as the host of the show.
Making them take longer.
Yeah, taking them. Yeah. I'm slowing them down. I'm asking them questions, making them think, making them not focus. So I wanted to make sure. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. I think he's at the 4-minute mark right now. But we're not gonna pressure him too much. But we wanted to come out. Looking pretty good. And you guys will get a chance to see when it gets done. You know what he's doing.
Actually,
It's getting there.
some fun touches. Breaststroke.
So what do you like about South Africa? What do you like? Do you like South Africa?
I like South Africa. I love South Africa. let me not think. Positive.
Okay.
And I can try to be positive-minded about this. Honestly speaking, you know, with the way we as a youth are not being open to such opportunities where, you know, we can do something like this, but we get exposed to this as a problem. But I love South Africa because, I mean, look around you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's vast, it's peaceful, you know. Whatever they say about South Africa being a crazy place, safe, whatever,
That's for the news.
yeah, that's just for the news. That's just to create public interest.
But how we actually live on the ground is completely different.
That's true. But I love this country, guys. I mean, honestly. In Limpopo, what I like about Limpopo, where I come from, is that, you know, instead of buying fruits here, you literally just select them off a tree. Hey, neighbor, hey! I'm just getting some orange, right? Yeah, sure, let yourself out.
And mango and all kinds of good stuff, right?
Yeah, the avocados and all
the olives are very
All the
nice.
different types of avocado.
Yes, I learned that there's more than the few that we know about.
So you see, that says a lot about the people, you know, as well. I mean, you find people always smiling, you know, always full of joy, you know. Like this morning I was watching another documentary on National Geographic called Snakes in the City. and the snake handler was trying to handle a bad number, and these crowds of these people in the community just laughing about it, like, oh wow, a snake. I'm like, guys, that's a poisonous snake. But anyways, without any further ado, here it is.
Let's see. I like it. It looks
And
like
that's
my name.
Tasha.
And I like the S because it makes me feel super.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kai. I appreciate that. I will take it and I will handle it with care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Next name.
Are you gonna do
Is there
another
anything
name?
else you want to tell the people?
Stay true to yourself. Always remember where you come from. Always never put too much into what you know, because the less you know, the wiser you become. And just like Kanye West says, and I heard him say, is that the song?
No, this is the song we were talking
It's
about
just a
the other
vibrant
day.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Oh, I got it wrong. But anyways, cool. Yeah, but yeah, the less you know, the wiser you become. And yeah, man, just stay true to who you are.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. I think he passed the test, and we're gonna move him to the next level. And so tune in next week. All right, guys. I moved outside. You sure you found me? Okay. Hey fellas, let me get over here real quick if you don't mind. Let's take a little video of this little area over here, if you don't mind. There's a camera. It's good. It's good. How you doing?
Are you visiting?
No, I actually live here.
You live here.
Yep, I live in where do I live? I live in Centurion. Well, Midland Centurion.
Have I seen you on some documentary about tourism?
Yes, you have.
It's you, my brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have.
On YouTube or something.
That too. Yeah. She's here too.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I liked it actually.
Oh, past tense.
I'm saying only where I watched it.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
But I heard
liked it.
liked.
I mean,
ED.
I clicked like. I love the concept. I love what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you.
We love traveling as a group of friends as well.
Yeah.
A lot of golf, we're gonna play all over.
Yeah.
But sometimes the cost is an issue, and it's also about the choices you make, where you want to. Traveling is traveling.
Yeah.
All levels, from backpackers all the way to 5-7 stars.
Yeah. I think that star thing, like those stars.
I hate that.
Really? Yeah, I'm on my way to KZN next week to go do some stuff.
So you work and have pleasure at the same time.
I do. I used to work when I was a young man.
Meeting new people every day is fun, isn't it?
Most days. Most time we're making sure people have their trips lined up from the States. So most people are, we spend a lot of time making sure that they're good. So.
Because I saw this guy on a show on a documentary, and he was explaining how he moved or what made him decide to move to South Africa.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
He came as a tourist the first time.
No, actually I came.
And blah blah blah.
Well,
something like that.
Yeah, very similar.
Came
Yeah.
so many times, and then he decided.
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I can be in worse places, but this one's not so bad. Yeah, it's not bad here. Not bad. So that's it.
Small world.
It is.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark. M-A-R-K.
Yeah. Let me see it.
Nkululeko.
Okululeko. So you're from KZN?
Not really, but
Kinda.
my clan, same clan. They call them Nguni.
Okay.
Nguni, I'm in Ndebele. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
This is Bezel.
Bezel. Hey, Bezel.
Hello. How are you? I'm finding you. You see people from
Now go
So you just here for a sundowner?
Well, yeah, we were going to grab a drink and then we was going to go across the street and go catch a movie. We've been trying to go to the movies. We've just been so busy.
Remember, it's my birthday.
Huh?
Just the two of you?
Yeah, this man and my wife. We've been, man, we got...
Haven't been to movies in a while.
Yeah, I know. We want to go watch Eternals. Some movie called Eternals. We're gonna go see that. Yeah. We've been wanting to watch it for like 2 weeks, but we got people coming in country, we got people leaving the country, we got people in Cape Town, Durban, all around.
How was the
Last week, I actually wanted to come with my friend.
It affected a little bit, but not as much as I say it affected us, but you know, people believe in what we're saying, so it's not really a ban. It's just that right now you just have to get a COVID test to leave, which is the same as before. Well, yeah, to come here and then to leave here to go back, you have to get a COVID test.
It can be, yeah.
Exactly, but they're making it sound like there's a ban. There is no ban.
Since they discovered the Omicron, they actually escalated.
Yeah, for like for a minute, and then like a day and a half, and then it went away. It went away because they realized that they were full of shit.
So many people have canceled something.
But not us.
Not
No.
for you.
We got a loyal base of people that are looking to travel.
Do you have a website?
No, we just came. It's like maybe last minute.
I mean, we go there. We also do our short lefts.
Yeah,
I go there, I get a package. I go
Yeah. No, we actually do what we do have a nice website. We are part of. We do work with South Africa Tourism. We do the shot labs. We do all that good stuff. But yeah, we do have robust website. People book all the time. And the YouTube channel is just a side thing. That's just what's there, so people can see.
I mean, I've been here 20 years. I've never done a red bus tour. I said to my wife,
Oh, you haven't?
I want to do it now, Sunday. I said to my wife yesterday, because
You need to do it.
I said,
Yeah.
I'll take the kids to the red bus tour.
You need to do it. You know, it's funny. I had some friends of mine who were South Africans.
Hi, how are you? I'm well, thanks. Kumbuto. Nice to meet you too.
Hey, I'm Mark. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kusa.
Kumbuto.
Huh?
Kumbuto. But you can
Kumbusa.
call me K.
Yeah, Kabusa. I got it.
Better he calls you Kumbusa.
Yeah, I got it. I just didn't hear it the first time. But no, we have we told some friends about what y'all just take the little hop, we call it the hop on hop off bus. And they was like, man, I didn't even, they had a good time.
I'm well, thanks.
They had a good time.
I suppose, I did that in Paris. I did that
They won't do
in the
it.
Netherlands. I never done Germany.
Yeah, well, it's time. It's time, dog. It's time. No, it's a lot here. It's a lot here.
I don't know what to do for the kids.
Yeah, put them on the hop on, hop off. It's all day.
It's all day.
It's all day. Just ride around, get off, get back on.
But it's also education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll pick up some stuff. That's when they go to Constitution. Hello, everyone. As you guys already know, my name is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, owner and operator of this wonderful company that brings you to South Africa. And we do it in a manner in which you get an opportunity to view everything, see everything you need to see, either on a 6-day, 10-day, 13-day trip, or if you want to stay longer, we can arrange that for you as well. We do a lot of stuff. The best thing you can do is go to our YouTube channel if you're not already on it, and subscribe, because when you get there, you will see a lot of information. We put out information all the time, which could be important or which is important for you to travel to Africa. So if you always wanted to come here, if you wanted to bring that DNA back to South Africa or to Africa, this is the best way to do it. So we hope to hear from you soon. And if there's anything that you need, again, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and also hit us up at info@therealsouthafrica.com. Hello everyone, my name is Mark Edward Blanton with The Real South Africa.
And I am Dr. Latasha Blanton, also with The Real South Africa.
We have an amazing group trip that you will be interested in. It's with the African Diaspora News Channel, a great YouTube channel, gives you great information about what's going on in Africa. But we have a group trip featuring Phil Scott, the host.
And the trip is going to take place on March 16th to the 25th. It's going to go to Johannesburg and Cape Town, and
Yes.
it's in 2022. If you're interested in traveling, please send an email to info@therealsouthafrica.com.
And we'll see you here in sunny South Africa. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. We trying to put together just some montages of different things that we go through while we're here in this tourism space. But I'm sure that you enjoyed it. And of course, coming to South Africa shouldn't be a problem anymore in 2022, simply because, you know, we have planes, trains, and automobiles that can take you anywhere. You just need someone who can organize everything for you. And that's what we do to make sure you have the ultimate experience while you're here. We have officially become your travel partner to South Africa, so it's not a big deal now. So again, go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and we can sort you out as far as getting you here, being able to see some of the best sites, go to some of the best places. Like I said, at this point, there's no excuse for you to not be visiting South Africa on a regular basis. And we hope to see you here in sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.